Hello everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different. This is Stalker Gamma, also known as Stalker Anomaly modded. Unfortunately, I've been awake since 1 AM. It's now 1:40 PM. And I've been awake since 1 AM. Trying to figure out why, oh why, my computer, more like my microphone, does not want to play with Stalker Gamma. For some reason my microphone and Stalker Gamma are not friends, and I don't know why. And so here we are, in a very different situation. So what you see on your screen is us getting started in the world of Stalker Gamma. You can see, if you look at the bottom right corner, my beautiful shiny head. It's not so shiny today actually, but it's still bald, and so we can just call it shiny. So this is going to be a little bit of a trial for something different. We're starting out here with the tutorial mission, and I'm probably not going to say too much about what's going on in the world. Maybe I'll just say a little bit in the world of Stalker Gamma. The problem that I faced was I really wanted to play this game, and so I was left with a choice: either play the game with no audio, no microphone, no commentary, or play a different game, or play Stalker Anomaly without the Gamma elements, without the added extra awesome mods that Gamma introduces to the Stalker Anomaly mod itself. And so, like I said, I've literally spent about 10 hours today, or overnight, trying every single fix that I could encounter, every single fix that I encountered on the internet, trying to get it sorted, and obviously I couldn't. And I've never had this happen before, so it's left me in a situation where I thought I might try to do something a little bit different while we explore the world in silence. I might just talk and say hello to all of you beautiful people. So we're on a little mission here, the tutorial mission. Anyone who's played Stalker Anomaly, or I guess I don't actually know if this mission is in Stalker. I never played the original games. I've got all 3 of them. But as I've mentioned once upon a time in another series, a game like this, you've got to be ready for it. You've got to, I feel kind of have to prioritize a game like this because it's so deep and it's so immersive. It's so powerful that you have to be committed to the game in order to play it properly. And so every time I tried to play Stalker in the past, I just couldn't, because I wasn't in the right space, I wasn't in the right place. Now this is probably the 10th playthrough that you're seeing overnight, 10th attempt. It's brutal, it's a very brutal game, but it's amazing, and that's why I really want to play it this week. So we've just completed the first part of the tutorial mission to kill the boars, and now we have to go and investigate an anomalous zone, where, as you can see there, where there are a large amount of anomalies, which are, you can think of them as essentially weird and wonderful and wacky manifestations of the nuclear fallout. This little bolt that we have is a little tool to kind of gauge where the anomalies are and where you can walk and where you can't walk. Many of you will already know this, but just in case you don't. So yeah, there, see it? Good. So I'm very sleep deprived, very exhausted, but that's okay, because you and I can just chill out, hang out, I can drink my coffee, and you can watch me get scratched to death by a pack of dogs. So I may end up reverting to Stalker Anomaly. For some reason that did work. I don't know what it is about the G.A.M.M.A pack, but my microphone just does not want to play. But we'll see. If this video turns out good with this added voiceover, and I suppose if you watching, if you enjoy it, and you want to see the rest of the week play out, then we'll continue as we are now. The only probably important thing to know is that because essentially I have to play every video or record every video and then play it again, I'll probably only be able to upload 2 videos a day instead of 4. But that's alright. What needs be done. Or something like that. So this world is absolutely brutal. I think it's here that I show you, maybe on the map, the scope of the map. Maybe not quite yet. Maybe I've already showed it and maybe I missed it. There are some horrible beasties in this world. And this is nothing, from what I understand. It's essentially a bit of a horror game that has horror elements to it. Especially once nighttime rolls around. And we've got it set here to be as dark as possible at nighttime, pitch black. So my options are do this, play this for the rest of the week, or I could play a different game, or I thought about possibly jumping back into some Fallout 4 Zombieland Conquest for the rest of the week. Again, my main problem is I just really wanted to play this game. Because it looks so cool, so immersive, and so deep, and scary too. So I haven't told you this yet, we can only save at these campfires here. We have a couple of boxes of matches. And they have a certain amount of uses. I think it's 5 uses. We've got a package there to deliver one of the missions, which is miles away on the map. Our health bar down at the bottom. So the little person figure is our main health bar from head to toe. And all of those little bars there, they represent our limbs, our limb damage, or our limb condition. It's a survival game, you have to eat and drink. That vodka there that I'm pointing at reduces radiation. And we're about to accrue a little bit of radiation here as we venture forth to try to grab the anomaly, the artifact, which is essentially an object that's been affected by the strange goings on, and it gives you some kind of buff, some of them give you basically like superpowers, from what I understand. Now our health bar's gone up a little bit there because we rested by the campfire for a little bit. So here we go, grabbing the artifact. Like I say, I've done this 10 times. This today, last night and today. So I kind of know what I'm doing right now. Kind of. And there are a couple of good gunfights in this. That's the main reason that we're here. I really want to get involved with the tactical first-person gunplay. It's a very slow-paced, kind of long-winded game, this. And very slow-paced, long-winded gameplay. The grass, I do actually diminish the grass, decrease the grass a little bit soon in the settings because it started to give me a lot of problems in terms of hiding enemies and hiding things. It looks great, but it's evil, I tell you. But that's a little bit further ahead. So we've done the mission, we've done the tutorial mission, the main part of it. Kill the boars, get the artifact, go home. So we get a little bit of work off basically anyone. I think he's the guy who, oh no he isn't, never mind. All of our weapons and armor have condition, so they slowly degrade with use. Apparently that guy we're talking to there has some kind of message or mission that he posted on the message board that you see pop up on the left, in the bottom left occasionally, and I couldn't find it. I went looking for it. But it's a huge dynamic world. There's all sorts of events taking place and communication happening between NPCs and different factions at war with each other. This game has so much potential. It's the reason why I've spent so long trying to get it to work. Because I really, really want to play it. I could play Anomaly. I'll have a think about that. It's just, you know, when you play a game like this, it's ultra modded, you know, it's 334 mods I've got active here. And then I reverted back to the original Anomaly, and it's like playing a game that's 20 years older, the same game with less awesomeness about it. It's very hard to do that. It's doable. It's just hard. Because deep down inside you know what you're missing out on. I like his haircut. He's got a very cool haircut, that guy does. So now we head off. Oh yeah, we just got a little bit of a stash. Now that's fully the tutorial done. A secret stash hidden away. This guy is Wolf, and he's the deputy kind of sheriff of this area. Second... Oh no, he's the boss, isn't he? That's right. He's the main dude. It's the other guy we were just talking to. I forget his name already. The other guy is the deputy. This is the main boss of the area. And we're about to go and meet the trader. Sidorovich. I don't know why I open these every time. There's never anything in them. Here he is. So he tells us a little bit about the main quest here. A guy called S.T.A.L.K.E.R. See here, the Wish Granter. Wish Granter is some kind of legend among stalkers. And many a stalker has gone to investigate to try to find the source of this legend, whatever it may be. I don't know what it is. And so we're introduced to the one surviving stalker who has apparently... Maybe he's uncovered the secret, we don't know. I don't know. His name is S.T.A.L.K.E.R, or the Dark One. Was it? Is that what his name was? I forget. Anyway, he's a legend, a living legend among stalkers. And so we say, you know, we're going to go and meet this guy. How do we find him? He gives us a couple of jobs here. How to make money, a contract killing mission. Some, you know, get some bandit patches from enemies that we kill. And he's got a package that needs to be recovered. And I think that's about it. We do a little bit of trading. Basically, I just buy meds, from what I remember. Bandages, which stem the bleeding from bullet wounds and scratches. Bites, I suppose. Did I say it's got a very deep medical system and repair system and upgrade system, weapon and armor upgrades? It's quite a complex system. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It's not super complex, but it feels that way at first. So we have to use a bandage to stem the bleeding, and then a first aid kit to heal our main health bar. And so that heals our main health bar, and it temporarily heals our limbs. And then we have to use something called a post heal, which is the little bottle there with the white heart next to it, to then permanently heal some of the limb damage. You can also just sleep, but your character has to be tired enough to sleep. It's not like Fallout 4, where you can sleep whenever you want. You must be tired to sleep. A little bit of a kind of RPG leveling system here. So you get stronger from doing melee and carrying heavy gear, and you know, you can run further and longer by running further and longer, etc, etc. It's a pretty basic scout. There's only those 4 skills from what I understand. This is the very, very beginning of the game. And the game is massive. Massive with a capital M. So that's our stash there. We can just store our equipment in there for the time being. I think we end up selling that and get a few more shotgun shells. I can't remember if I do or not. No, changed my mind. I do that, don't I? I do that a lot. A forever changing mind. We have, don't we? All of us. Aren't we always changing our mind? All the time. Thinking differently about things. So now we've picked up a couple of companions, and we have to take them on a little safari. They want to go out and explore the zone, and I think they want to do a little bit of hunting. So we've just healed by resting at the campfire. We're telling our friends that we are the boss, and they should follow our lead. Something like that anyway. I don't know who this person is. Maybe he's one of our companions. Maybe he's just a random person we've bumped into. So here we're seeing where the missions are that we've got. Just across the road here. This is where I learned that long grass is evil. Okay? You'll see the moment. If you look into my eyes, pretty soon you'll see. That's when the realization struck me like a bolt of lightning. Right between the eyes. The bolt of lightning, I mean, not that I shot him in the arse. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the bolt of lightning striking me right between the eyes. So this is just a little bit of an experiment, something different. Just to see how it all comes together, how it feels. It's got to feel good, doesn't it? If it feels bad, well, it feels bad. Look, I'm starting to realise. Long grass. Bad news. I can't see anything. Whose idea was it to make the grass so long? It looks good though, doesn't it? It looks immersive. But it's evil, I tell you. I'm having a little bit of trouble here getting this mission to complete, because I'm supposed to go to this area and then the missions tend to update by themselves. I'm thinking, what do I have to do? Do I have to find something here? Is there something for me to get? What's going on? And then I realize this guy here is aiming his weapon at something and I become curious. What are you guys doing over here, you crazy, crazy Russians? And then I tell them, don't worry about it, ignore. Ignore whatever you're doing. Which was probably a mistake. Scratching my head there in confusion, utter confusion. I have no idea what to do. So I go and hide in a tree. And try not to be embarrassed in front of my crazy Russian compadres. That's not a Russian word, is it? You know what I'm trying to say. What do they call you? The Russians, they've got that word, haven't they? They say it a lot. I forget. It'll come back to me. Comrade. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Not compatriot. Comrade, yes. Now I hear the gunfire. My butthole starts twitching a little bit. Because I get a feeling that gunfire is coming for me. Now I've completed the mission. See, bottom left. Mission updated. But I'm lost in the evil long grass. It's beginning to seep its way into my mind. Look, I'm frozen in terror. Uh-oh. Here we go. Can't see a thing. And that's when I see tiny head poking up above the evil long grass. And I didn't see the grenade that evil head threw. That tiny head threw at me. Pretty soon you'll see, all of a sudden, the grass has been mowed. At least a little bit. That's better, isn't it? Not so evil grass. A little bit more heavenly. And now we have to do that mission again. I think I do it a bit quicker this time. Yes, there's still nothing here. No matter how hard you look, there was nothing before and there's nothing now. Just accept it's an empty tent. And that's fine, isn't it? Tents don't always have to be full. You can just accept them for what they are. Empty. Inside. I'm checking to see if there's any evil, horrible, murderous grenade throwing heads around, and I think there are none. So we leave. No, we don't. We try to complete, and then we realise, oh, somehow I've already completed the mission. Okay, confusion sets in a little bit more. So now I think we head off to do another mission. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where things get interesting. Not yet, but soon, very soon. It's a little bit further down the road here. So as we encounter those anomalies, we learn more about them. I don't know how many different types of anomaly there are, but there are lots. Lots and lots and lots. Like megalots. Probably above, at the top there where it says guide. Somewhere in there I think you can see the info, the details about the anomalies you've discovered. We're getting a little bit irradiated here. Still trying to figure out what boxes you can break and which ones you can't. Haven't found anything in any of those stash boxes. So far, zilch. So we go over here to a campfire now. That's our current objective because we want a save before we head further into the area where we have to rescue a courier who's got himself basically kidnapped. He's being held hostage. A little bit further across the road. It's very intense at times, this game, you know. I haven't even played it at night time yet. I'm too scared. I'm too scared to play it in the dark. I've seen just a little bit of footage from other people playing the game and it looks horrifying. Not quite sure why I was losing health there. I think I was irradiated a little bit and it was slowly decreasing my health, but I still can't be sure. It's dynamically looted, dynamic loot as well. One of the other episodes I tried to record, this area had something in it, some sort of weapon, I think. And this time there was nothing. Those things are very ugly, aren't they? The flesh, they call them. Flesh. A very, very fitting name for such an ugly creature. So now we have our save, and we are brave again. So we will venture forth to rescue the terrified courier across the road, who's being held captive by people we do not yet know who. Look, this is how complex this game is. You have to hit it with a knife to open it. And I couldn't tell if it was open or not, so I had to kick it to pull the lid off it and see there was nothing in there. There's a lot of little details like that you just don't... I don't know. I don't know any of them. Well, I know, you know, some of them, but not many of them. This is another one of those games that as I'm watching other people play the game, I have to switch off at a certain point because I don't want spoilers. I don't want too many spoilers. Because I want to play it myself. Stay away from the glowing green things. It's the same principle in Fallout 4. Anything that's glowing and green is bad news. Except for glowing fungus, if you're playing Frost. That stuff's amazing. So versatile, isn't it? Alright, here we go. This is the meat and potatoes of this episode. Let me tell you. And if you don't like meat or potatoes, then I don't know, it's like fruit or something. Or a packet of chips. Whatever you want. Now this is why I'm here, alright? What we're experiencing now, this kind of slow-paced, very focused, concentrated, tactical kind of gunplay. This is what I want. Got you. We got him, guys. We got him. Totally unsuspecting, wasn't he? That's our target there. We have to rescue him. Give me all that juicy loot. If you see the bottom left there, sorry, on the left, there are other NPCs reporting about what we're doing. Keep an eye on it. So obviously we've picked up another weapon here. I think this thing is still some kind of shotgun. It fires shells. A different size shell, I think. I don't know enough about guns to inform you properly. You probably know more than I do. And Mr. Jerrycan there, those things are explosive, I think. I don't think there's vehicles. I don't think you use them for vehicles, but I think they're like a static object you can place down and then shoot it, I think. Here we are scanning the environment for other enemies, but unable to find any. Where could they be? And then we hear it, the whistling, luring us in, luring us closer, pulling us deeper into its clutches. How? How did you survive my excellent shooting shots? I think he's got good armor on. Ouch. Ooh. Shot him in the armpit. He still didn't die. Now, of course, we try to dance around the tree, unsuccessfully. However, we've learned our lesson. Don't hesitate. Give them no room. Look, I'm pulling up my arms, the sleeves of my arms. I mean business now. It's on. It's on, guys. Get ready. I hope you're ready. So the other guns that we find have terrible condition. The main weapon we've got was a starting weapon. It starts out 100% condition, but everything else we find is anywhere from 11, I think, to like the highest I found is 21% condition. So they tend to jam a lot. I think they're less accurate, although I can't be sure on that. But they definitely jam more often. Alright, let's focus. It's go time. But he's not there. Now he's not there. Okay, so we tell our friends here to kind of hold back. So they could be anywhere. They're not always going to be in the same spot, so you can't just rush in, you know? I love that. I love that about this game. It's so dynamic. You just never know. Even our target has moved. He's not in the same spot. But we can hear the voices. Once again. Coming from the same location. Yes. Now we're talking. And we're surprised to see that they're both dead. That must have been 2 headshots, right? So the armor does a great job at protecting them. In the body, torso. Yes. So I don't know if you can see at the bottom left. You probably won't get a chance to see it again now. If you just rewind 5-10 seconds, when you aim your gun at someone, it identifies what faction they're with. So basically you know whether or not to kill them, if they're going to be friendly or an enemy. And I think it turns red too when they die. It doesn't show up for long. I almost ran into an anomaly then. Or I did run into it. It's a delayed one, that one. I think it's called a whirligig, if I remember rightly. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is there are these dynamic storms, psi storms, that roll in every so often. I think there's 2 different kinds of storms, like a rad storm, radiation storm, and a psi storm, psychic storm. And you have to get out of the zone, or you have to get under cover when they roll around. Otherwise bad shit goes down. One of them turns anyone who's caught in it into a zombie, and the other one explodes people. It just explodes you flat out if you get caught in it. Haven't encountered one yet, but I know they exist. We seem to have lost a companion as well. I hope I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him. It's just very possible that I would have accidentally shot my own companion. But maybe he just wandered back to base. Who knows? Now it takes me a few seconds here to discover the guy we're actually here for, because he's moved location. He was out in the courtyard before. We've got a little bit more loot to get. We get ourselves a nice shotgun. It's only 11% condition, not very good at all. But it's got a much better range than this one we have. Just watching this once makes me want to play it more now, like right now. So I'll probably do another video later, if I'm still awake. Please do let me know how you feel about this format, because unfortunately this looks like it's the only way I'm going to be able to play this mod pack, this G.A.M.M.A pack. I could, like I said, I could play Stalker Anomaly, that worked, but it won't be as refined, it won't feel as meaty. The animations aren't as smooth, the graphics aren't quite as nice. The gunplay feels a lot more kind of plastic, if that's one way of putting it, in the Anomaly pack itself, which is already an improvement over classic Stalker. But if you quite like, or you're happy to watch the videos within this format where I'm doing a kind of commentary, and it won't always be like this. This is the first time I've done it. It may be, it will evolve. My legendary technique will evolve and become more refined. Here he is. I found him. He was cowering in a corner, like the smart person he is, protecting his head. I think. Looked like that's what he was doing anyway. Protecting his head from stray shells, stray bullets. Vodka, yummy. So as I was saying, if you like this kind of format, or if you don't like it, if you would really much rather see Stalker Anomaly, or if you would rather me jump back on some Zombieland Conquest, I can always play this in little bits here and there. I don't have to do a whole week of this type of commentary. I could just do the odd video, maybe one a day, and play some more Zombieland. But please let me know. As much as I'm fulfilling my own desires and goals by doing this YouTube stuff, you are the other half of this relationship, and you matter. So let me know what you think. So now I'm kind of worried about where's my guy? I've lost one. We had two, we got another one. We should have 3 companions. But it doesn't seem to affect us in any way. We've already completed the mission that they came with us for, the safari. So I think as long as you complete the mission first before they die or whatever happens to them, then you still get paid, you still get the, you know, the reward. A little mini-map in the top left there, which has a clock on it, which is very useful. I think you can get a watch too, where you can wear the watch on your wrist, although that might be a different game. Some of these tents obviously do have some things in them. Most of them don't, apparently, but this one always seems to have something in it. So we've managed to secure ourselves a nice little bit of loot in this episode. We've picked up a couple of guns. There is a very, very kind of intricate system that we have to eventually dive into, repairing parts of a gun. The gun itself has a condition, and then each individual part has a condition that needs to be maintained and repaired. And I've done a little bit of research into that, but I've never done it yet. And it'll be a bit later that we do that. Once our own gun starts to reach, you know, quite a critical level, it starts to... talking about that little shotgun we've got, which is our main kind of weapon for the time being. When it starts to jam or stuff goes wrong, you know, we'll have to start looking at getting into a bit of a repair, the repair process. There are different kind of crafting kits and work kits that you need, gun cleaning kits and all sorts. It's pretty interesting, actually. People call this the adults version of Fallout 4 or Fallout, the adults Fallout, the grown-ups Fallout, and I can see why. I don't think I would call it that personally, because it feels very different. But obviously you've got the wasteland element and the open world and the mutants. But Fallout feels very different, you know, with the settlement system and the building system. And the gunplay is different, at least in vanilla. Anyway, they're all good games. And they all have their own place in the world. This one, I'm just very, very much desperate to play it. Because I want this Escape from Tarkov kind of intense gunplay, kind of realistic tactical gunplay feeling in a single player game with zombies in an open world. It's a recipe for awesomeness. Alright, so we're basically coming to the end of the episode here. I've just offloaded pretty much all my gear into the stash. I think I bought a few shotgun shells there. And some slugs, like shotgun slugs, slug shells, or whatever they're called. You know what I'm trying to say. So we get a little bit of a save in. And that is it. That is this episode. Please do let me know what you think about this format. It's only going to be a temporary thing, I think. I may do this occasionally. I'm not teabagging. I'm trying to figure out how to crouch. And ladies and gentlemen, please do let me know what you think about this. Have you enjoyed it? Would you like to see more? Would you like to see something a bit different? See you in the next one. Goodbye for now.